Hey, welcome to season 3 of Joddie Tried It podcast. I am Joddie Taylor, your host. You are most welcome here. This season and the entire podcast is all about sharing my personal and professional development journey in terms of trying courses, workshops, apps, you name it, you will find it here. I also discuss ways that I am making money or trying to make money, including side hustles and money making ideas. Enjoy. Okay, so a few months ago, 4 months ago to be exact, probably 4.5 months ago, I recorded a podcast episode on Joddie Tried It called Discovering Amazon Reviewing. Joddie Taylor tries Ellie Watson's course. And today, November 13th, 2024, I got a follow-up comment on YouTube and it reads, any updates on how this is going? And I remembered I did say I was gonna post an update. So let's do it. Now, I think what you're wondering, dear commenter, thank you for your comment, is how much money I've made, maybe how many videos I have up. So I'm gonna answer those questions. And if this episode doesn't answer what you were wondering, please comment again, and I'm happy to record another episode. So let's start at the end. You're gonna hear me clicking a lot because I have a lot of tabs open. Let's see. So on my Amazon storefront, I have 440 posts. I estimate that about 375 of them are videos, shoppable videos, what I referred to in the last episode that I talked about, that I referred to, the Ellie Watson episode. I think I call them Amazon product review videos. And when you are doing a review video where you can earn commission, they're called shoppable videos. I think that's a distinction. I'm going to give you some resources on YouTube in a bit where you can follow or subscribe to a bunch of YouTubers who talk about the Amazon influencer program in depth. So again, I have 440 posts. About 375 of those are videos, shoppable videos. Then I have some idea lists. I probably have over, my guess is about 20 of those. And I have 6 live streams, and I'll go into more detail again in a bit. Let's talk about payment. So Amazon is net 60, meaning you earn commissions for 60 days, 2 months, and then you get your first payment. So I was eligible to get my first payment, I think, in September 2024. Let me just get it in front of me. Is that right? I just upgraded to speedier Wi-Fi. It doesn't seem so speedy right now. Yeah, so September 1st, 2024, I was eligible for commission income. I did not get paid because I did not have updated payment information, so they couldn't pay me. So when you are on Amazon influencers, you get an on-site, what is called an on-site ID, and you also have an off-site ID, which is Amazon Associates. The simple way to look at it is if you are already on Amazon and shopping, you watch one of my videos, you put the item in your cart, you purchase it within 24 hours, I earn a commission. If you're listening to this podcast episode or on YouTube, whether it's me or someone else, and there are Amazon affiliate links in the show notes, you click on it and you buy a qualifying purchase, the person earns a commission. So on and off site. So on site, I dropped the ball there because I clearly remember putting in the info, the payment info, but I did that for off site and not on site. And there is a distinction. So let's talk about how much money I made. So to date, I'm about 4.5 months in. I got my first payout when I made the my first Amazon influencer episode. When I recorded that, I hadn't made any money yet. And as of today, I have not, how can I put this? I don't want to make it sound negative. As of today, I can only give you an estimate because Amazon doesn't like us to give like specific numbers, and certainly like not sharing any screenshots, which we wouldn't do anyway because this is voice, it's audio podcast. I've made, let's call it $270. Yes, over 4.5 months. And when I first started, I was excited because my friend's friend made $500 in a few weeks. I have a couple of episodes that I'll share in a moment. Actually, let me share now so I don't forget it and I can close some of these tabs. One is from Joddie Tried It, Missing the Boat, online monetization trends, and that'll be in the show notes. And I definitely feel like I've missed the boat on Amazon influencer. My friend's friend, I started to say, made $500 when she started in just a few short weeks, and I bought the same course she did. And I think I got into Amazon influencer on June 27th, 2024, earned my first commission on July 3rd, and I probably averaged something like $3 a day, which is not what I had wanted. And I'm not going to say expected, but it's not what I wanted. What I wanted was $50 a day, $100 a day. And I said in the last episode that it runs the gamut. So some folks are making $10 a day, $25 a day, $50 a day, $100 a day. And that is still true across the board, according to Facebook and YouTube comments and videos that I've watched. And I've even direct messaged a couple of folks. Across the board, earnings are down in terms of commission. So you will watch a YouTube video and someone will say, oh, last year I was making $1,000 a month, or earlier this year I was making $1,000 a month, and now I barely hit 700. For me, my two highest earning days were around $15 or $16, and that happened twice. That reminds me, so the next link I want to share, I have two playlists on YouTube. I'll put the links in the show notes. One is Money Making Mondays. That was a 6-week series that I wrapped up, I think, in October or early November 2024. And I just detailed how much money I made every week. And I spoke about Amazon. I do earn money most days on Amazon, but it's like $3, $4, $5, 20 cents negative. It runs the gamut. And again, I'm recording this on November 13th. And already 3 times this month, I've made no money, which hasn't happened before. So if this trend continues, I may actually make less money than I've made in a while. And I'll share those monthly numbers. The other playlist that you might be interested in is Micro Business Diaries. I currently have 2 episodes up. A third one will be up before November 15th or 16th, 2024, I think. And again, I tend to mention Amazon or like money making ideas. So those are 2 playlists to check out, which could be or are related to Amazon a bit, not strictly, but those are places to look in case you're looking for more recent updates. Okay, I also have another resource, which is on Joddie Tried It. And I'm going to put, I think, the Spotify list or the YouTube list. You can find it either place. And that's called 7 YouTubers to Follow for Amazon Influencer Insights. And I follow these folks. I subscribe to them. And they do, there's a spectrum. So there are some folks, one in particular, who has pretty much left the Amazon influencer program. And then on the other end of the spectrum is someone who it seems will probably be an Amazon influencer like 10 years from now. She's really excited and passionate about it. Again, overall, it seems the money has gone down. Amazon has made a lot of changes. Going back to my podcast episode on missing the boat, literally about a week after I got into the program, I think it was actually a few days, they started changing things. So my understanding is that in the past, if you had a shoppable video, which I also refer to as an Amazon product review video, which it isn't strictly, but let's say I record a video on this Stanley tumbler. I happen to be looking at a Stanley tumbler now. In the past, there would be 4 other videos with their insights or views on that product. Now there could be 20, but I think they're actually lessening that again, where the videos appear change. There's an upper carousel and like a lower carousel. And another figure that I heard in one of the YouTube videos I watched is if you put up whatever number of videos you put up, 80% of them will not hit a product page. It's more like 20% of them. So you put up 100 videos, 20 of them will appear on product pages. They will all appear on your Amazon storefront, like I mentioned my storefront in the beginning. But in terms of going on a page and seeing your video, it depends. Also, I may see my video and you go on and you don't see it on your Amazon page. So it's kind of hard to tell things. There are apps that you can use if you're an Amazon influencer that you can download and put on your laptop, and you can see. My understanding, I don't use any of those apps. My understanding is that it will show you like, oh, hey, you're placed here, 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 here. The reason why I haven't downloaded those apps is because, number one, if there's a cost, I do not make enough money to to justify spending money on an app to find out where my videos are that aren't actually making all that much money, and they're not converting. And I don't have any control. No one does. Like, it's, I guess, interesting information to know, but there's nothing you can do to get, in my opinion, do your due diligence. There's nothing I feel I can do to change that. Like, you can re-record videos. That's certainly an option. And that's something I'm going to start doing because I will have had a product for a year or 3 months, or I've used it more and I have new insight. Okay, so I want to go through these tabs. I don't want to miss anything. Let me do the monthly breakdown, and then let's do that. So the monthly breakdown in July, and I'm going to round these up or round them down. In July 2024, I made $20. In August 2024, I made, let's call it $75. In September 2024, I made, let's call it $70, just to keep things round. And October 2024, I made $80. And now we are in November again. It's November 13th, and I'm sitting right around $25. I can also see the number of clicks I have. And if you watch YouTube videos or listen to other podcast episodes, folks start with the clicks and the amount of money they make. My personal take on it is the clicks don't matter to me because they don't always translate. So for example, in September, I had the most amount of clicks that I've ever had since I joined the influencer program, but I made more money in August and October. So for me, it's like good information to know, but not really. I should also talk about the types of products that I have on my storefront. So I would love to say it's a mix, but I don't think so. Most of the products I have are probably $25 or less, $30 or less. And that may factor into how much money I'm making. Maybe. So I always use the example of lawn furniture. If I had lawn furniture and a lot of items that were over $200, $300, and I had 100 videos, and again, everything is over $100, $200, $300, 20 videos get placed on product pages, in theory, I would be making pretty consistent income and more income because all of my products are higher. I have about 5 or 6 products, I think, that are over $200, $300. And I don't think, last I checked, none of them were on product pages. But again, it's hard to tell without one of those extensions or apps, because what I'm seeing is not what you're going to see or someone else, not always. So hard to tell. I wanted to go back a little bit and talk about my storefront. So, and do some definitions. So Idealist is a collection, and they have another thing I think called a curation, but I think I only have 3 of those. So let's stick to the Idealist. So I'm going to click on my holiday mocktails Idealist. So there are 10 items here. And for me, they are things that I would use or have used to make holiday mocktails. So there are like 10 products here. And so if you go through and look through Idealist on my storefront or anyone else's, you'll see it's basically a collection, kind of like a Pinterest pin, like a mood board, but actual products. Like I have hiking essentials, natural hair care essentials, skincare. So I have a few Idealists like that. Let's go back. And then next are photos. Oh, yeah, I have one photo. What is this called? It's not a curation. It's something else. This came out like a month ago, and I only did one of them. This really does look like a Pinterest pin. And then next up are videos. And again, I have about 370 of these. And then last but not least, live streams. So Amazon Lives, I haven't made any money from them. However, they were fun to do. They were a great learning experience. I'm going to do some more. And I actually did my first one because I got invited to Creator Connections. I think it's open for everyone now. And I just wanted to find that according to the interwebs. Amazon Creator Connections is a free program that connects brands with content creators like influencers, bloggers, streamers to promote products. So I got into that about 2 months ago. And how it works is you, as an influencer, Amazon influencer, can accept a campaign. There are literally over 10,000 of them. It's a lot, but you can sort through, filter, find campaigns you're interested in. And I will talk about how I've done it so far. So the first version is I already own something that's in the campaign, and maybe I already have a video for it. I join the campaign, I add my video. I can create new content if I want. So these links, they're good for on and off Amazon. These campaigns are good for on and off Amazon. So if someone is on Amazon, they watch your video, they buy the product, you earn commission, and you earn the higher commission. So that's the important thing about Creator Connections. If you would usually earn 2%, you could earn 10% or more. The campaigns I have joined, they pay out anywhere from 10% commission to, I think the highest was 40% commission. And that is a huge difference because Amazon generally pays between 1% and I think 4%, depending on the category. Maybe it's home, maybe it's, like beauty, it depends. So if I have the item, I go ahead and add the campaign and I will create new content. Maybe I'll put it on TikTok, maybe I'll put it on YouTube, maybe I will do videos and it'll just be on Amazon. It kind of depends on the campaign and what they're asking for, what they're looking for. It'll have different, it's called a campaign brief. It has different descriptions and different requirements. So going back to the live, I joined the campaign and it was like, you know what, we would love if you did an Amazon live. I had never done one. I did not even have the app on my phone. And so that started it. And it helped me practice with the camera. I use my phone, my Google Pixel 8 Pro. And like, it's different from how I record. It really is like a mirror, which I wasn't used to. So I would have something in my right hand and on camera, it would be appearing like on the left side, kind of hard for me to explain. Anyway, so that's why I did the live. So I have 6 lives and one other brand in Creator Connections asked for it. And so I did it, but I also did it with other brands that didn't require it or request it. And maybe I'll do a separate episode on Amazon Live. I personally didn't I didn't make any money or any sales when I did the Amazon Lives. It was fun to see people like log on while I was on. I'm definitely going to keep doing it. I think it's interesting. I wanted to say something else. I did gain a new follower on Amazon. So the thing about Amazon and followers is you will get a notification when the person you're following goes live, because I've gotten those from folks that I follow. Okay, I think I've covered everything. Creator Connections. Oh, you know what I didn't say about Creator Connections? So you already have the item and you do product reviews or shoppable videos or whatever content they're looking for. Someone purchases it on or off site of Amazon and you get higher commissions, but there's also an opportunity to get free samples. Now, technically, every single campaign brief, it's the last line. It says, are samples available? And it says no. In the past, again, I missed the boat before I joined Amazon Influencer and before I got invited to Creator Connections, samples were an option. And then they changed the rule across the board where it was like, no samples. If you message the brand, which is what I heard, and then I follow suit, I message the brand. So my experience so far is most of them don't respond. Some of them respond and say, I don't have enough influencers, or they feel like it's not a match. And then some folks respond and they say, sure. Yeah, no problem. We'll send you a sample. So if you go through my YouTube channel, I have a playlist called Amazon Product Reviews. I'll link it in the show notes. You can see the ones that I partnered with someone on Creator Connections or a brand on Creator Connections, because all of those videos start #ad because you have to make it super duper clear that it's sponsored content. So this Amazon Influencer, Creator Connections, it's a pretty in-depth, I think, side hustle or topic. There are many moving pieces and there's a lot to know. Do I think you need a course? Going back to the very first episode where I was talking about Ellie Watson's course, no, I don't. You can find this information out on YouTube and podcast episodes like this. If, like me, you want everything in one place all at once as a start, because that course was a start for me, and it really, really, to me, helped, sure, do a course. And there are other courses. The 7 YouTube influencers I mentioned, some of them, at least 2 or 3 of them, I think have courses, or they have free information available. Do your due diligence and see what's the best fit for you. I said this in the last episode. The best thing about Ellie Watson's course to me turned out to be the Facebook group. It's since been deleted. Like Ellie Watson woke up. I say that like it's her. I said why I keep saying both of her names, first and last, but she woke up and the Facebook group was gone. So she started a new Facebook group. And to me, it's not as robust, like it has less folks, because before I think there were over 3,000 members. And to me, it doesn't feel as robust as it used to. But for me, it was a good start, and it really helped me a lot being a part of that Facebook group. So I will put links in the show notes to Ellie Watson's course if you're interested in all the resources that I mentioned. And I think I covered everything. I'm going to check my notes one more time. Oh, one thing about Creator Connections, I did get some free samples, and I always say that in the video, you have to thank you to so-and-so for sending me this. And some items I purchased myself because I asked for a sample and they were like, no, but I really wanted it, or something I was going to buy anyway. So I purchased it myself. One campaign offered a discount, so I used that discount. And another campaign didn't offer any discounts, but when I went to purchase it, it was on sale. So that's everything about Creator Connections. I gave you this, I gave you that. I'm just going through my notes real quick. Yeah, that's everything. Again, dear commenter who commented, if I didn't answer any questions or you want some follow-up, or anyone who's listening, please let me know and I'll record another episode. I think I have covered everything. I will end by saying I haven't hit $300 4.5 months in total. Do I recommend Amazon Influencer Program? Yes, I do, because I know that I'm on a spectrum, and I know that other folks, if you live in a home, if you've just renovated your home, if you're about to renovate and you're getting a new toilet, you can talk about that toilet. You can do a review of it, a shoppable video, which, it costs more than my items, which are like $20, $10. I've done a few nail polish reviews or shoppable videos. I love nail polish. I'm not going to retire, on chatting about nail polish. So there are things to consider based on my experience. Please don't let that deter you if you're 4.5 months and, 400 posts and over 370 videos, because anything can happen. I can wake up tomorrow and have higher commissions. Maybe Amazon will experiment even more. I'm not going to do anything like stop. I already have all these videos up and I have learned a lot. Would I prefer to be making more money? Of course. Absolutely. 150%. I really would. I cannot deny at the same time that my editing has improved. I've learned about lighting. I've learned about what I'm really thinking about nowadays is conversion. How can I create videos talking about products that convert? Because it's not like folks aren't clicking. I can see folks are clicking on the videos, they're watching the videos, but it's not turning into a sale. So lots for me to learn. And I do recommend the Amazon Influencer Program, especially if you are surrounded by things that you purchased on Amazon that you are already chatting about and sharing, and you don't need to buy these things. You can go to your friend's house and do reviews for everything in their homes. There's no rule. You don't have to. If you own something and it's sold on Amazon, you can do a review. Even if you got that thing from another store like Target, or you got it as a gift, you can still do the review. So maybe I should have started with this, but I still recommend it. I think there's a tremendous potential for side hustle money. In my case, that has not worked out. No one wants to, well, I'll speak for myself. I don't like waking up and seeing 20 cents or $3. It takes a lot of time and energy to do these videos, to do the thumbnails, to set up my storefront the way that I want it set up. And I would love nothing more than to wake up to $100 days. At this point, I'm not going to invest in any more courses. There are plenty of courses out there. I'm doing the best I can just because, again, in 4.5 months, I haven't hit $300. And now that I'm in this space and getting more familiar with the course creators in this space, the courses are like, they're more than what I made in 4.5 months, or at least the courses that I've come across that I might be interested in. So that's a no for me right now. Okay. Thank you for listening. Again, dear commenter, thanks for your question. I hope this answers it. And for anyone listening, I hope this answers any thoughts you had on Amazon Influencer, whether or not you listened to my first episode on the Amazon Influencer program and product reviews. Thanks again for listening. Hey, thanks so much for listening to this episode of Joddie Tried It. If you'd love to connect, you can find me on YouTube at Joddie Taylor or on TikTok at Joddie Taylor. And that's JODDIETAYLOR, all one word. Thank you so much for listening.